Okay, I would like you guys to speak to the fluidity of the fan as the fan base ages. I know, like 4 years ago, when I started taking my son to the show, I saw lots and lots of families. And then in future shows, I saw lots and lots of screaming girls. And then Abby does stuff like Rock, and I'm totally seeing families again. Or Norman, Oklahoma does Muzzle Fest, and I'm totally seeing kids and families again. And I just think that's very cool that we're having like this really good mix of screaming girls, teenagers, families, people like me who are probably too old to be doing this. So I'd like you to speak to the fluidity as your fan base ages.
As someone who's getting older, I'd like to say I really enjoy the fact that there's so much diversity at our shows. But one night we'll be playing to a crowd of 7-year-olds who are like really into the fact that there are people playing guitars on stage. And the next night we'll be playing for a bunch of people who want to stick around and talk about, like, I don't know, the minutia of the books for 5 hours. And the next night we're playing for screaming girls or whatever. Like, I think it's really cool that we have so many different types of people involved in this community. Again, going back to why this is unique, that I can't think of any other genre of music that you could possibly do that with. So
yeah,
I think that
together.
I think that fluidity is something that makes it really special. I hope it doesn't go anywhere.
I think even along those lines that we always just look at the audience before we play, because personally for us it's changed more recently, but our music used to be a little crunchy around the edges, and we had to change that because we had so many kids in the audience, and we didn't want to hurt their virgin ears, but we also wanted them to enjoy it, and we didn't want their parents to freak out. So it just, if we were playing for kids, we would make it all family friendly and choose songs that we knew kids would like, or we would, if it were all adults, we throw back in the old lyrics that we originally ended up censoring. So it just, we look at the audience and then we adjust the show, and that just it makes it different every time. And you never really know. You can't really expect who's going to show up. So that's cool.
Okay, this one is mentioned.
You guys have been mentioning several different fandoms as well as you guys are doing this panel, and my question is, why Wizard Rock? What drew you to Harry Potter that made you want to put the passion into creating music? Was it the books? Was it a personal experience? Was it because the community was already previously established by Harry and the Potters, Draco and the Malfoys? What caused you guys to become Wizard Rockers?
I think pretty much everything we've been talking
Okay.
about. I find like every long-winded, ridiculous answer, and also just the fact that, I mean, we love each other immensely, and like the friendship. I think it really is a community. The community of Wizard Rock is what keeps me motivated to be part of it.
Were you a fan of people before you were Wizard Rock?
We should answer that question separately, but myself, like my first real exposure to the Harry Potter fandom was when I got invited to play at Phoenix Rising, and before that, like I wasn't even like deeply entrenched in Wizard Rock yet. That sort of happened over the course of the following summer, or last summer. But yeah, I think we keep doing it because of the community, the people. Like just looking in this audience of so many people, I recognize like 75% of your faces, and that's crazy. That's totally crazy. Like, I've got to a point where I go to a specific city and I'm going to know half of the people in the crowd, and that is amazing. When you sacrifice being at home with your friends or family for 150 shows or however many shows a year, you want to be able to see familiar faces, and that's a huge deal.
I think my question was more of like, why Harry Potter and not some other fandom? Why did you choose Harry Potter to make songs about?
Or not, it's like regular Muggle Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Harry and the Potters did that. I mean, like they created a scene, you know, through incessant touring and hard work. They established. I shouldn't say created, but they established a scene through their efforts, and you know, so it was already like a situation where we could move into it essentially and piggyback them. No, I'm kidding, but you know, they kind of established a scene. I mean, I think it hasn't happened with other fandoms because it just hasn't happened. You know?
Except for Wrock. Twilight has rock
Don't
bands now.
mention that.
What?
Don't talk about Twilight, please. Do they all sound like Hannah Montana?
Part of what about your question, I mean, these guys are huge fans of the book.
Oh yeah.
And they were musicians, some of them beforehand, and it's just like, it was just a natural progression. Like, if Alex's little bit about how he was like, I guess you'd read Half-Blood Prince or something like that, and he was at a party and picked up a guitar and just started walking around going, snake sucks, snake sucks. Because it was what was on your mind or something, it was something similar to that, wasn't it? Yeah. Like, you know, these guys are my friends and stuff, and we do, you know, with rock stuff, and we will sit down and just discuss books. Alex and I haven't sneaked crazy. These guys are every bit as, you know, fans of the books, and, you know, as much as any of the rest of us are. And it's just, that's their creative outlet. You know, the people who draw and paint are doing fan art. People who like to write are doing fanfic because they love the story. You know, I do what I do because I love the story and I learned something from it. Like, for Rockstock, I feel kind of like we're like the DA, in a way. You know, amongst the greater wizarding community, because we are kind of like crazy little rebels. We get a little out of hand, but, you know, I really think it's the love of books, you know.
Sorry, we have to wrap this up. So I just wanted to say, I think in terms of why Harry Potter, it's really no wonder that Harry Potter fandom has spawned this huge movement, because honestly, look around at this. This is one of the most powerful fandoms. This is massive. If you just look at the amount of passion and creativity that people put into this, and it's this whole universe that people connect very emotionally. I think it's really no wonder that this has happened.
I guess we're wrapping up right now, and before we left, I just wanted to say to everybody here that I'm going to do an acoustic show in the lobby until we get kicked out and have to go to the park at 5. So if you guys want to come hang out, that would be
Go Yeti, go Yeti.
Or if you don't want to go see Alex play at 5 o'clock, Draco and the Malfoys and I will be in the vendor room selling our merchandise. You could do.
next to each other.
So see you at 5.